Welcome to Help for Code Learning. I'm Ashish Gadpaile, your Java trainer. Today we are going to discuss about thread life cycle. So guys, in Java, every thread has its own life cycle. Life cycle means if thread is created, so it should be dead somewhere. So now let's discuss about the thread life cycle. So in thread life cycle, first stage we have that is new burn state. Next state we have that is runnable state. So when we call a start method, so my thread will be entered into a runnable state. So when we call start method, the first thread will be created and then it will be entered into a runnable state. After runnable, it is entering to running state. So start method internally call run method. Guys, we have a blocking or waiting state. So see how it will work. So when my thread will be entered into a waiting state, so we have to call the wait method. Means when we call wait method, so my thread will be entered into waiting state, and we have to call notify method. So my thread will be entered into a runnable state. So guys, if you have a multiple threads are waiting, so use notify all method. So then all thread will be entered into a runnable and then runnable to running state. So guys, when my thread will be entered into a sleeping state, so we have to call the sleep method. Here we have to pass time as an argument into a sleep method. So when sleep time is up, then my thread will be entered into a runnable and then again runnable to running state. Guys, when my thread will be entered into a blocking state, so we have to call the suspend method. So by calling a suspend method, my thread will be entered from running to blocking state. So guys, if my thread is in blocking state and I have to send into a runnable state, so we have to call the resume method. So by using the resume method, my thread will be entered into runnable and then again into a running state. Here you may see we have a real world example like a newborn baby. When newborn baby will be comes into existence, so it will be entered into a runnable state and then it will be entered into a running state. So we have a stage like coma. In a human being, we have a stage like a coma. So in case of coma, there will be the blocking state. So same example you can repeat here. So guys, we have a yield method. If you want to send a thread from running to runnable, so we will discuss practically in detail about the yield method. So guys, we have a last stage that is dead state. So by calling stop method, my thread will be entered into a dead state. So guys, in our real life, like suppose we are in a coma, so there are two possibilities. We can go back to runnable. Otherwise, we can go to directly dead state. So guys, we have a stop method. If I want to send my thread into a dead state from waiting or blocking state, so I have to use here stop method. Similarly, I have a stop method for newborn state to dead state. Mean when my new thread is created, so I can stop that time by using a stop method. So this is the complete cinema of the thread life cycle. You can relate this example with the newborn baby, so you may able to understand very clearly and easily that is the thread life cycle.